What's going on, everybody? We're out here in the Porsche Macan, about to take it for a spin. Got it warming up right here. We're just about ready to get pulled out. I hope you guys are excited for this one. All right, pulling on out here. Now, I already did an overview on this beautiful car. You can find that right up here in the corner. I'll put a link to it, but we didn't get a chance to drive it. So today we're going out in the Macan and seeing how she feels on the road. As long as I can get some clear traffic, we'll be right on our way. That little 2-liter is really surprising for such a big car. As I said in my overview, this thing is meant to be kind of a mix between a real sporty, like what you would think of normally when you think of Porsche, and a nice big comfortable SUV. So you kind of get the best of both worlds when you're in this car. Most Porsches, these little bumps and stuff that we're feeling on the road right here would just be frankly rather uncomfortable, but in this thing it absorbs them really nice, but you still get that nice pep and all those cool accents of a sports car. Pretty foggy out here today in Kentucky. It's gotten better since this morning, but still a good bit of fog hanging around. We'll have to watch out for that when we're out on the back road. Yeah, this thing cruises great. It 7-speed automatic and drops it right down there about 2,000 RPM and just cruise right along around 60. And I've said this in some of my other test drive videos, you really got to watch your speed, because you don't realize quite how fast you're going in these cars, because it just feels so normal to be up there. Hope you guys are liking this camera angle a little bit. I know I said I fixed that where you were just kind of staring here at my visor, but I watched the Thunderbird video and it's still kind of a problem. So we got a whole new setup, and hopefully this is better. I hope it's not too shaky or anything like that. I'll watch it, and if we need to go back to the head mount, then that's what we'll do. But hopefully this is a good fix to what was going on. Taking our regular left turn right here towards the roundabout. This is normally where we get some of the worst traffic. Have to wait a little bit. Talk about some of the features in the car. We get our nice navigation here, and I just love Porsche gauges. I think they're so cool. It tells you what gear you're in even when you're not using the flappy paddles. It feels really sporty. It definitely doesn't feel like you're throwing around a big SUV, but you get all the room and the benefits of a big SUV. Like I said, best of both worlds. The real question that I'm wondering about this thing is when you throw that weight around a little turn or something, how is that going to feel? And roundabout is a great and honestly one of the safer ways to check that out. You don't have to go too fast to see what it's gonna do. I don't know what this guy in front of us is doing. He's all off in the emergency lane and everything else. So far, this car just feels wonderful. Cruises really well. Doesn't have any trouble. I know some sports cars kind of have trouble finding gears when you're just going nice cruising speeds, because they're really meant to be hard charging. But like I said, they walk a good line with this one. It's feels very civilized. right, pulling down into the coveted roundabout test. We might even get a little flappy paddle action. Wow, really flat through here? Pulls out of there really nice too. That 2 liter's doing work. It feels great. And then you just put your shifter right back over to drive and you cruise in your nice comfy SUV. Kind of turn on sports car and turn it right back off again if you want to have a little fun. Just reach your left hand right over here to this pretty aluminum flappy paddle and pop her down a gear and have a little fun. Nice big, nice open turn here. Again, just gonna pop it down a gear or 2. Really flat through there. Feels awesome. The design and the way this car feels to drive mesh together great. You get the best of both worlds. You don't get those negatives you have on some of those really hard sports cars with the rough suspension and stuff that's meant to up the performance, but you still get some of that nature in the car, so it's still a very fun car to drive, but big, nice, comfy SUV that's also very, very practical. And as you guys know, on this road we will be able to tell quite how comfortable it is. This is the only place I'm worried about our camera setup bouncing around a little too much for you guys. Hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, then maybe we'll have to figure something else out. Doesn't seem to move too much. With almost every feature of this car, they walk that nice line just back there on those railroad tracks. You know, they've got this suspension tuned tight enough where it still feels like a sports car, but it's also really comfortable. It's a great mix. See how this one feels. It's a little rougher normally. But same as the last. It's no S550, but those definitely aren't going to disturb you. Man, I love this car. I think you could ask for a much better daily driver. I mean, it's practical as can be, but also probably one of the funnest cars we have on the lot. Ooh, those brakes feel good. I'm definitely not getting anywhere near the actual capabilities of this thing, just because, you know, wet roads, not my car. We gotta respect the roads, the car, and, you know, our surroundings. We don't want to be acting foolish out here, but you can feel what's in there, and there's a lot of sportiness in this car. When Porsche first started making SUVs, you know, I had my doubts, because I thought they were going to go too far one way or the other, where it just wasn't a Porsche anymore, or really it was too much of a Porsche and just a terrible SUV. But they didn't. They really, really got it right in the perfect zone. was awesome to drive. This is another one of those that will spoil you. It will make you not like your current car. So I have to warn you, if you do hit me up and you come test drive this thing, that might be a symptom of the test drive. Let's pull up and park real quick, stick it back in its nice slot. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that test drive of this beautiful thing. Again, this guy's priced to sell at $29,995 with only 85,000 miles, and it's probably the funnest daily driver you can get your hands on. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, once again, 127automart.com, or if you'd like to schedule a test drive, 859-734-5566. Thank you guys for taking her for a spin with me, and I will see you in the next video.